hate this. That's garbage. Nothing is coming to mind. How about this? It was the best of times. It was the worst. Where the frick did that come from? What's going on, Vikings fans? Welcome to Purple and Gold Bars. I'm your host, Supreme. It's been a rough 2 weeks for us Vikings fans. We're coming off 2 tough losses. I'm dealing with technical difficulties and writer's block. It's hard for anyone to stay optimistic and positive through so much adversity. Right after the Rams game, it took everything I had to not revert to old habits. It's hard for anyone to remain positive and optimistic through such adversity. Then I remembered we're 5-2, and it's no time to start panicking. So I decided to unplug and let my subconscious make sense of it all. Monday came around for this week's podcast, and then I was hit with adversity. Technical difficulties and writer's block have kept me from making this video. I couldn't figure out where to start. Clarity hit me when I saw that we traded for Cam Robinson. After these last 2 games, a lot's been going through my mind. So let's go through it together. 3 things came to mind over the last few days. My expectations came into question. I started to look at other Super Bowl runs. And I started to think about the development process. After I took a few days to unplug, I started watching videos and talking with my friends. I'm not going to lie. I see the exact same things that you guys see. Football Analysis made a great video on why our Minnesota Vikings are struggling, and it goes through everything way better than I could ever. I highly suggest you check it out. But where others see failure, struggles, or even hot garbage, I see opportunity, and I see lessons learned. Adversity hit us hard the last 2 games. And I've been saying in almost every video that I'm not oblivious to the lows that are going to come for this team. After chopping it up with Lefty and Zoe, I became more confident after discussing the possibilities that we could go through with our O-line. The next day, we traded for Cam Robinson, and my perspective changed completely. We all have different expectations for our team, and there's nothing wrong with that. Let me ask you this, though. Before this season, did you envision our Vikings winning the Super Bowl like the Patriots in their prime? Or more like Eli Manning and the Giants? Would your answer have changed after the 5-0 start? How about now after 5-2? My expectations for the Vikings this year was that they did the best they could, and they gathered as many lessons possible that we could leverage into future success. In a perfect world, that would be a Super Bowl win after a Cinderella run where we come away with glory and the lessons and experience needed to transition into a dynasty. It's no secret that I believe that we have all the foundational pieces for a dynasty to be born. Unfortunately, putting eggs, milk, and cake mix into a bowl doesn't magically make cake. I have faith in this team, and I believe that at the end of the season, we'll be eating cake, not staring at a bowl of ingredients. That brings me to the next thing that keeps my belief and confidence unwavering: the process of accomplishing a goal. As a personal trainer, I've witnessed many clients go through ups and downs on their way to accomplishing their goals. I've guided many clients through the learning phase, the hard work phase, and finally getting them to the finish line. I've had clients that are naturals or have past experience in the gym, and they face very little adversity accomplishing their goals. I've also had clients struggle and even had doubts based on their progress and the adversity they face. During both situations, my confidence has always come from the program. Outside of the Rams game, I saw gradual improvement in all the areas that we're concerned in. That leads me to believe that we're on the right path. Since the 49ers game, in the second half, we started by getting just 1 drive and a field goal. Moving on week to week, we started getting longer drives that killed the clock and a couple field goals. And then finally, we started to get a couple touchdowns and more field goals. In the middle stretch of the season, I expect the Vikings to continue working on execution because, in my opinion, that is the biggest problem that we have. I thought to myself, we've had really tough games, so that's why we're only getting gradual improvement right now. Luckily, we have 3 tune-up games coming up. That's where I want to see us start getting more productive drives in the second half. I want more touchdowns over field goals. And I want consistent play calling while closing out games. We got to get better at executing when we're not running scripted plays. That's what I'll be looking for in each game going forward. Kwesi making that trade for Cam Robinson reminded me to trust the process. That got me thinking about other difficult Super Bowl runs in the past few decades. I got to thinking about Eli Manning and their 2 Super Bowls. I also started to think about Peyton Manning and the Denver Broncos Super Bowl. That brought me to Trent Dilfer and the 2001 Baltimore Ravens. There is no one-to-one comparison between Super Bowl runs. Every single team has their own unique path to the Super Bowl. What's not unique is the adversity that teams face and the ups and downs of a regular season. I believe this Minnesota Vikings team has what it takes to overcome the adversity and obstacles we will face this year. Go watch America's game, the 2001 Baltimore Ravens. That run wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. Those Super Bowls taught me that there's no giving up and it's just getting started. Well, there you have it. What do you guys think about my perspective and my positive outlook? Let me know in the comments if you're still unwavering or if the sky is falling for you. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss next week's podcast, and stay tuned for my power rankings as well as my bold predictions video. Until next time, skol Vikings!